The intense war continues, and friends and foe alike withdraw from the field. Wounded in battle, the majority of the forces of Leonis retreat to Ovis Castle. Yet despite the odds, Mont continues to the front line in order to stop Sottile. There, he stands alongside Jaden to finally face Sottile. But the power Sottile commands is overwhelming. In their hour of need, Oberon joins the battle with an ancient ring in hand. However, upon seeing the aftermath of Gilgamesh's assault on Rondal Castle, Oberon turns his spear on Jaden.
This is the work of the Realm Scourge.
I'm afraid it is.
Do not worry. I shall stop this foul monstrosity. And I will find a way to spirit us back to our original world. Whatever that may take. What is it, Amnelis?
It's only fragmentary, but I had a premonition of a new future.
A new future?
Yes. It is not the one you and I know. It is a world where the Realm Scourge has survived and transformed. Where not just Ardra, but Palladia, our home, had also been overwhelmed and on the brink of total annihilation.
What could have changed the future?
I do not know. Perhaps it was mere chance. Perhaps it was inevitable. Even that, I'm not sure of.
I have the armor you built for me. Did you not create it as a contingency in order to destroy that threat, if ever the need arose?
That I did, but...
Then there is naught to be afraid of. I will prove to you that the premonition you had was no prophecy, but merely a bad dream.
You need not face the Realm Scourge alone. While the premonition I had did indeed show despair, it also revealed hope.
In what way?
I was also able to glimpse the existence of a bearer of light.
A bearer of light?
With that individual's help, a miracle might just happen.
Where is this light bearer?
That I don't know. All I do know is that we will surely cross paths with them eventually.
Ardra might be destroyed if we stand around waiting for that to happen. I must go and face the monstrosity for the sake of our future.
Gilgamesh.
My homeland, Testera, has finally faded from view. I wonder how Exia fares. When I told her my determination to set forth alone on this missionary journey, she left, disappearing into the rain. Ah, yes. It was also in the rain of the night from whence Exia suddenly appeared before me, nigh on 2 years ago. Is something the matter?
Do you need to ask? Look for yourself. The sea grows wilder by the minute.
You fault me for the weather?
If ye hadn't come seeking passage to Ardra, we would never have come to be in this circumstance.
You have the wrong of it. It was not I, but the Supreme Pontiff who decided this mission. If you ignore his holiest's orders and turn this vessel around, the Church of the Crystal will not be forgiving. Surely you should know that much in the least.
We have a ways of avoiding such a fate.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
The youth, upon receiving his long-awaited missionary orders, burned with such keenness that he stood on the bow of our ship, eyes fixed on the horizon. The ship's crew tried to stop him, but he paid no heed, telling us that he wanted to be the first to set eye upon the land of Ardra. As fate would have it, the ship encountered a tempest. The poor youth was swept away by the fierce waves and was never seen again. What do ye think? Quite the tragic tale, eh?
The youth you speak of is... Surely, you cannot intend to throw me into the sea and return to Tessera.
Well, such accidents are pretty common on the high seas.
Aye, and no one would be the least bit suspicious.
Don't take it personally. We're just not ready to die on account of ye.
If that is how it must be, I shan't hold back.
Ha! The landlubber intends to make things interesting. Let's see just how much faith you have in your own abilities! Gracias! We were going easy on you, priest. So don't get haughty!
Avast this nonsense at once! Ye scurvy fools! What are ye all playing at? Sir!
At this rate, the ship will surely run right into a storm!
Aye. None of us should have to perish on account of this one.
Captain! Priest, the rain be getting heavier. We should seek shelter below deck.
As you wish, Captain. There's some truth in what the crew speaks. If we press on to Ardra in this manner, many a life may be lost. Violent waters lie await between the lands of Tessera and Ardra. That is the very reason why people say that it is nigh impossible to reach Ardra safely. However, if we were to turn back, perhaps the Supreme Pontiff wishes for me to do just that. There are many in the priesthood who see my rising in rank as loathsome. I imagine they fear that I shall one day surpass them. Little do they realize, I was merely following Exia's counsel in my works. Dispatching me on a missionary journey was perhaps the best way of removing me. All the more so to make the destination of my mission the land of Ardra. Many a missionary has been dispatched there, but it appears none have survived the journey across this wild sea. The priesthood would only need a little push to believe I could be the one to sow the seeds of faith in Ardra. It was Nelsis, after all, who competed with me the most to become a prelate. Proposing the scenario to the Supreme Pontiff would not be strange for such a man.
You suspected as much, and yet you still sit off without me?
That voice, it couldn't be. Exia?
You look surprised.
I feared you had lost all affection for me and had absconded somewhere.
Do you think I would ever do such a thing?
Oh, Exia.
Enough of that now! Regardless of the circumstances, stowing away is a serious crime. Even a humble priest should know that much.
Ahoy! We've trouble, Captain!
What is it?
There be monsters, sir!
Ye two landlubbers remain here.
Let's assist them.
Do not speak such nonsense. The captain ordered us to remain here.
Oh, so you intend to just do everything that man tells you?
Well,
The crew harbors animosity unto us, but even so, I believe this is a time we should work together. That we may all survive.
I guess you are correct. Let us go help.
Shiver me timbers! Ha! You do well for a priest in a maiden fair. There's never a dull day on the high seas.
We merely fight out of sheer desperation. We need this ship intact, that we may complete the crossing to Ardra.
I'm sorry, lad. I can no longer comply with your request.
Why must you deny us? Exia and I shall do what we can to assist you. We shall cause no bother unto any of you.
It's out of my hands, lad.
You mean your crew refuses to proceed?
They might seem a bunch of rapscallions or scurvy fools to you. And that they may be, but so long as they're on my ship, those swabs be my family. Returning them home safe and sound is my highest priority.
Then, you intend to throw us overboard?
I am not as heartless to make shark bait out of you.
Then,
We've got a longboat for you to use.
you cannot be serious! Casting us adrift in a tiny boat in such raging waters?
You have my sympathies, lad. But it has already been decided.
It shall suffice.
What do you mean, Exia? It is practically suicide.
I had a premonition.
You saw her future?
I did.
But how does that help?
It was only fleeting, but it was clear. An image of you, standing proudly in a grand cathedral.
You believe that cathedral to be of my creation?
Does it beggar belief?
No, it does not. I have made it this far because of you, Exia. So, I believe, with not a shadow of a doubt.
We shan't be defeated by monsters like these. We shall open the portal to that future, together.
That we shall.
The boat is ready and waiting. Time for you to board it.
We cannot do that. The monsters are too many. Leaving you to fend them off would not be right.
Sink me. Does your altruism know no bounds?
Why does that surprise you?
I was bribed by that bilge rat Nelsus.
Nelsus. He was the priest who competed with you for the position of prelate, was he not?
Indeed. And what did Nelsus ask of you, Captain?
He told me to kill you, and make it look as though it was an accident.
Such wickedness.
He may have already worked it out, but it was Nelsus who wished you sent away to Ardra.
I suppose that confirms my fears.
Were it not for ye, the prelate's position would be all but his, you see.
Then why do you not kill us?
Maybe I've become altruistic as well. You have a certain charm about you now. With that quality, your missionary work should truly go well for you. Oh! Once we swab the decks of this wave of monsters, smartly board the ship's boat. Don't you worry about us. Men of the sea are a hardy breed. The likes of these creatures won't be our end.
Understood, Captain.
A heroic and virtuous priest, accompanied by a fair but courageous missionary. That blessed duo were miraculously able to cross the raging seas and set foot on the land of Ardra. Upon my return to Tessera, I shall spread this glad tiding hither and thither. Aye, and it shall matter not what that bilge rat Nelsus says either.
There's no sign of any more monsters.
It's because of this tempest. Not even they have it in them to attack us now.
You speak as one without hope. Do you not have faith in my premonition?
Oh, that I could keep faith. Were it not for this fearful storm.
You are not ready to face death? Or is it that you don't wish to do so together?
Huh?
Nelsus knew about me.
Then that means... his pretext of sending me alone on this missionary assignment
was with the aim of making me his own. He schemed to use my power of prophecy in order to secure his standing within the church.
No deed is beneath that man.
That was why I stowed away on the ship. I thought, if I were to die, I would rather it was with you.
I am dearly sorry. For I fear I do not have the capability to save you.
Oh, but you do. You are the bearer of light, the one that guided me this far, and the one that shall continue to guide me from here on after. Such a beautiful crystal.
The Supreme Pontiff bestowed it upon me in place of a parting gift. The crystal's light grows brighter. Oh, Crystal! Please, show us the way! Where am I? I am alive. Exia! Exia, wake up!
Suddenly?
Exia!
What is this place?
Ardra. Most likely.
So we made it?
Indeed. We can begin our missionary work at last.
And we must build a church greater than any in Tessera.
Huh? Eventually, I guess we shall.
The nearest settlement is this way, I believe.
Did you have another premonition?
No, I just spotted footprints heading yonder. But first...
It seems we must deal with a greeting party.
And so our mission begins.
You two look as though you need a hand.
Who are you?
The name's Quill. Fear not, I'm by your side now. Come on, foul beasts! Come and get it! You two are stronger than you look. It looks like you weren't needing me aid in the end.
Nay, we appreciate your assistance regardless. I am Sodali, and this here is...
Exia, thank you for coming to us.
Haven't seen you in these parts before. You travelers from afar?
Yes, we hail from Tessera.
Tessera? Now that's a surprise. How'd you ever make it across those fierce seas?
It was rough going indeed, but fortune saw fit that we would make it. We seek the nearest village. Perhaps you could show us the way?
Why do you wish to visit me village?
We have come to Ardra to spread the teachings of our Church of the Crystal.
Ah, preachers, huh?
Is something the matter?
I'm afraid the villagers believe in no gods. Moreover, they're highly suspicious of strangers on the whole.
That doesn't deter us. So please, simply give us directions. This is the very reason we journeyed all the way to these lands.
I'll be taking no responsibility for whatever might happen.
Very well. Heaven will decide our fates.
All right, then. Follow me. This be me village.
What are you playing at, Quill? Bringing strangers into our village like this.
Do not blame Quill. We all but forced him to lead us here.
And who the hell are you then?
You have not to fear from us. We are simple missionaries from Tessera, who have come to spread the teachings of the Church of the Crystal.
From Tessera, you say?
Indeed.
That's a likely story. I bet one of those rats from the other villages paid you to come here to do no good.
Truth. Those dastards would have no qualms using strangers to uncover our village's secrets.
We are newly arrived in Ardra. We know not of what you speak.
Seize them!
Exia! You shouldn't have gone easy on us. This is what you get!
We shall interrogate the two of you later, and learn exactly what you're up to.
Being taken captive was not how I envisioned our mission to proceed.
There was little else we could do. We could not have fought the villagers with our full might lest we injure or kill them.
That's true. However...
Exia? What is it?
I heard a scream.
Fire? We need to get out of here! Help! Is anyone out there?
Subtly.
It's no use. The portal is too sturdy to break. I'm sorry. I never wished for you to get caught up in any of this.
Why do you abandon hope so readily?
Huh? There is no way out.
Your future is not yet shrouded in darkness. Nor is my future, for that matter.
Who could that be? Quill!
Sorry to take so long.
How were you able to break through this sturdy portal with such ease?
'Tis all thanks to this. To keep the monsters at bay, I've been trying me hand as a weaponsmith, you see.
And clearly you have quite the aptitude for it. It is a fine-looking axe.
What is going on out there?
Oh, right. 'Tis another monster assault.
Is this a regular occurrence?
Aye. And it's yet another reason for you to put this village behind you.
No. We shall stay and fight.
But you've no reason to.
We cannot turn our backs on people in trouble and flee. Now, lead the way.
Well, you have me thanks. Just don't go getting yourselves killed, understood?
Foul beast! I shall deal with you! Was he? Aye, ye must be the ones that brought these monsters onto us!
Come to your senses already! If that were true, why would they help us?
What are ye up to?
There's more coming.
There's more of them?
Stay back and protect yourselves. We shall handle them.
You see what I mean?
We're sorry. We were too quick to judge.
No harm done. We are simply glad that this misunderstanding has been resolved.
Even so,
I'm sorry, but something important has occurred.
Another one of your premonitions?
Yes, that's right. I saw people crying out for help in what appeared to be a coal mine or some such place.
how can you know of that?
So, you know of what Exia speaks?
When the monsters attack, we have the other villagers take shelter. But that abandoned mine has always been a secret known only to the people of this village.
Ah, so this is what makes you the messengers for the Divine.
You say they are divine messengers?
That I do.
Then they truly did travel across the sea from Tessera?
Yes. We did so in order to spread the teachings of the Church of the Crystal.
I'd heard rumors that there were people across the seas who devoted their life to serving some sort of god. I never imagined that would be true, though.
More importantly, right now, we need to hurry to that abandoned mine.
I shall go.
Me too.
No, I don't think that is wise. There is no assurance that this village will remain safe.
You think more monsters might attack?
We cannot rule out such a possibility. It is the reason I prefer you remained here.
I understand. Stay safe.
I shall handle matters at the abandoned mine. Please, show me the way. Are you all right?
Monsters have made it into the mine! Please! You must help the villagers inside!
Of course. I shall see to them. These poor souls. They've already breathed their last. May you rest in peace. There must be other villagers further inside this old mine. I'd best hurry to save them. A scream? It came from deeper within.
You're one of the strangers from before! I beg of you, please help us!
I shan't allow these creatures to harm any of you poor folk!
And we shan't allow you to take all the glory for yourself.
What are you doing here?
The village is safe for now.
How do you know it's safe?
Because we went and cleared out all the other monsters in the area.
Oh.
Exia here's a strong one.
I see. Hopefully this will be the last of them.
The servants of God truly are a godsend.
Servants of God? What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. Our prayers have finally been answered.
Quill, you said that you do not believe in any god. Why is that?
Probably because that kind of faith has never rewarded us.
Oh.
From famine to monster attacks, I've lost count of the number of crises we've endured. Each time we've prayed to whatever god exists, begging that our family and friends be kept safe. But not once have our prayers been answered. That is why I came to think that the very existence of a god was a lie.
But Quill...
Who can fault us? If God exists, why does that god allow monsters to run rampant? And why does that god turn a blind eye when bandits raid our village? None of us have done any evils to deserve our lot in life. All of the villagers, myself included, think this way. That is, until now.
What, pray tell, has changed then?
The two of you appeared, that's what. Your God sent you unto us. I see clearly now. God did not abandon us.
It seems your zeal has affected the villagers.
So it does.
Well, let us head back to the village.
Brother Sodali, come quick!
Whatever is the matter?
Men from the neighboring village have come seeking you!
What have I to do with them?
I know not, but they look like trouble!
I understand. Lead the way.
So you be the man who camest from across the sea?
Indeed. My name is Sodali. I have traveled far, from a land called Tessera, to spread the word of God here in Ardra.
You claim a god exists?
That is the belief I hold, yes. And I would very much like it if you too could come to share that belief. Stand back, Exia.
No, I've not reason to back down.
What do you mean?
The people of the village spoke of this. They said the men of the neighboring village often come offering quarrel.
Is this true?
Aye, and what of it?
Why would you do such a thing?
You wouldn't understand.
If we were to simply talk, I am certain we can come to understand each other. So please, put down your weapons.
That's not going to happen.
What is the meaning of this? It is clear by the way you fight that you did not come here to claim lives.
We're sorry. We didn't mean for things to go this far.
What?
We're of the same mind as the folk here. There's not to be achieved by constant feuding. We actually came here to help when we heard this village had come under attack by monsters. But then...
You did not know Sodali was here.
We heard this village's folk talk of him so highly. So we wanted to see for ourselves what kind of a man this messenger of God is.
And that is why you challenged Sodali to a battle?
Apologies. 'Twas the only way we knew how.
I am not more than a simple missionary.
Nay, you were much more than that. We had long thought about leaving our homeland to live in some other place. But now that you are here, well...
Then why don't you join us here?
That'd be nice. We truly wish to change.
Please, share with us the teachings of God.
We'll abandon our selfish ways and cooperate with the folk of this village.
You'd be most welcome.
You are most gracious, my lord. Then let us begin by helping you with the construction of that church of yours. How's it look, Brother Sodali? I bet it pales in comparison with the grand churches of your homeland, though.
No. This is magnificent. What a magnificent church we have built. I find myself without the right words to thank you. You have my deepest appreciations.
'Tis too early to be so surprised. Wait till you see inside. Head on in and take a gander. Look here. We made it exactly as you asked.
My heavens.
It's a wondrous sight, indeed.
Can I ask, why does one of the two people facing each other have wings?
It represents the image of God, as passed down in the lore of our crystal faith.
The image of God, you say? Very interesting. So our God looks much like the Winged One.
Huh? What Winged One?
Oh, you don't know of him? Well, I myself have only heard about him in stories, though. But anyway, there are people who claim they've seen what looks like a man with wings flying about the skies.
Oh.
You don't think this Winged One could possibly...
I dare to say it. But this Winged One could be God itself.
Truly?
Quill, tell me. How can one find this Winged One?
He's been spotted flying towards the mountains in the northwest on several occasions.
The mountains in the northwest. I must go there. I need to investigate this for myself.
Must it be immediately?
No one in Tessera has actually seen God manifest in physical form. Not even the Supreme Pontiff himself.
So, if you can find this winged one,
I shall have the honor of being the first person in the Church of the Crystal to look upon the actual face of God. Moreover, I could even receive instruction directly from God.
what an incredible blessing that would be, Sodali!
Especially when we consider my missionary assignment was all but a form of excommunication from the Church in Tessera.
In that case, I shall join you.
No, not this time.
But why?
We've only just finished building this church here. We cannot both be absent at a juncture like this. But do not be heavy of heart. I don't expect to find God all that soon.
How does that change anything?
We've only been in Ardra for a short while. I expect I shall need to divide the journey into short expeditions and expand the search area gradually. Therefore, I do not intend to be away from the church for that long a time.
I see.
Great. I shall prepare to set out at once then.
Gilgamesh! Stay strong!
Where is the Realm Scourge now?
I was barely able to seal it away in that cavern beneath us.
I see. I am sorry I had to put you through that.
Not at all. You were the one who put your life on the line to draw it here.
Despite having this armor you crafted for me, I was unable to defeat it in the end. You said you have sealed the Realm Scourge away. How long do you think your seal can hold?
I wish I could say so long as I live. But there are too many uncertain variables.
Does that have anything to do with what you said about the future having been changed?
It is possible.
In that case, we cannot afford to place our hope in a chance meeting with this bearer of light. Not when we have no way of knowing when they shall present themselves. Fortunately, we both have the anti-aging factor embedded within us. Yet, be that as it may, we might have to spend a considerable amount of time here. It could be years, decades, or even centuries.
That is true. It certainly won't be a quiet or peaceful time for us either. But we have much to achieve in the meantime.
What are you searching for?
A crystal.
A crystal. For what purpose would you need that?
Found it.
Judging by its brilliance, it seems to be brimming with magical energy.
You are correct. This is part of the countermeasure I was preparing to repress the Realm Scourge.
That crystal will help us defeat it?
Indirectly, perhaps. If we keep digging in this rubble, we will eventually find another device. One that has the ability to turn back time.
A time machine.
Once this crystal is linked with that device, whoever holds it will be able to return to a set point in time.
Does that mean we could travel back to our future?
Unfortunately, we cannot. You first have to initiate the machine and then specify a restoration point to return to. Only once you have done that can you then release some of the magical energy stored in the crystal to return to the restoration point. The device was not yet active in our home time. Moreover, as the future has been changed, that means this present is also in flux.
So, the world line we are currently on differs from that of where we originally came from.
Simply put, yes.
So then what use are that crystal and device of yours?
From here on out, even if we fail to defeat the Realm Scourge, we will be able to redo our attempt several times over.
The number of reset attempts is limited?
Yes. In order to turn back time, the device has to consume an enormous amount of the crystal's magical energy. We could try to excavate crystals from here in Ardra and extract whatever magical energy there is in them, but...
That would require significant labor.
Moreover, according to my preliminary survey, there's not that great a reserve of crystals to begin with.
Meaning, once we use up all the magical energy in that crystal, we likely won't be able to return in time anymore. How many attempts do you estimate we have?
The energy consumed with each use changes depending on the amount of time traveled, so I cannot be certain. But it's probably safer to assume it won't be that many. Anyway, I'll keep digging in this rubble in order to find the device and link this crystal to it. Hopefully it won't take that long to uncover. Do you care to help?
Of course. Once we are done, I shall set out to bestow the rings upon the inhabitants of this continent.
The ones that enable the wearers to call forth visions?
If we can gain the cooperation of the people of this land, then the day we defeat the Realm Scourge might be upon us sooner.
Be careful, though. In this present Ardra, you are a stranger of unknown origin. Let's just say it is unlikely you will be welcomed with open arms.
I shall keep that in mind.
What the?
Huh?
I'll go gather the others.
Who goeth there?
This is the land that will one day become Lycaros.
I do not understand the gibberish thou speakest.
Who in damnation art thou?
So this is what Amnelis meant by my being a stranger. children.
What art thou blabbering on about?
They seem suitably hot-blooded. Let us hope their abilities match their attitude.
Enough of thy ramblings! Prepare thyself!
Interesting.
What witchery is this? Whence did they appear?
Let me test the strength you possess.
What the hell just happened? I've never seen such power.
There is no need for concern. I have not killed your companions. I heard the men of this village are the strongest in all of Ardra. Do you not wish for even more power?
Power? Of what power dost thou speak?
The warriors I called forth. They are an example of what are called visions. If you wish it, I shall impart to you a ring that summons such visions.
Verily?
Yes, but there is one condition.
And what condition is that?
You must unify all of Ardra. And once you have done that, I want you to lend your full might to my cause.
That's it?
That is all I ask. Do not forget the promise you made with me this day.
Where art thou going?
There are other matters to which I must attend. This is the land that will one day be called Horn. Enough. You may raise your heads.
Please have mercy on us. Do what thou wishest with the menfolk. Just please, spare the women and children.
I fear you are mistaken. I have not appeared before you in order to bring you harm.
Then, why art thou here?
Soon, Ardra will be embroiled in war.
War?
A village to the west shall invade, wielding a great power. If you refuse to fight back, your village will eventually be swallowed up and destroyed.
Is there no way of avoiding this war?
There is not.
What are those?
Gather your most capable fighters here. Be quick.
We would fight thee?
Yes, in order to judge your resolve.
As thou wishest.
Then let the battle begin. I see you are quite skilled.
We are glad thou art satisfied.
Here, I bestow this unto you.
Didst thou use this ring to call forth those phantom-like mages afore?
Indeed. That ring summons what are called visions. Fight with them alongside you, and your military might will dramatically increase.
Incredible!
Be warned, the warriors from the West are brutal, and will stop at nothing. If you try to resist them with brute force alone, then you will probably be no match.
Then, what should we do? Will we verily be able to protect our village?
You are sagacious. Utilize your wisdom to oppose them.
Understood, my lord.
Use the power of that ring to unite the whole of Ardra. After you have done so, I wish for you to lend me your full might.
We shall gladly do so for the sake of peace in Ardra.
How does it look?
How does what look exactly?
By now, you must have some idea of how this will play out.
From our point of view, the civilizations of Ardra in this age are too underdeveloped. I cannot begin to guess how much military might they would have, even if they were to band together.
Do you think they could defeat the Realm Scourge?
I do not. However, before the Bearer of Light appears, I will need to learn about these forces and understand how to put them in motion.
Yes, I suppose so. The force that puts physical might above all else, or the force that believes it can change the progress of the war with wisdom. Which faction do you think will win? Or should I ask, which faction do you want to win?
Have you not been able to divine that result from your premonitions?
My premonitions do not come at my command. I see them when I least expect them.
Fair enough. I shall not throw my support behind either force. It will achieve nothing to look after one side and help them win. First, we must understand how each force fights and the ways in which they live. That is my way of thinking. I will listen willingly if your opinion differs.
No, I don't have any objections to your plan. It's just...
Just what?
There might be things we do not fully understand if we simply observe them like this from afar. That's all.
I see. You do have a point.
The state of the battle has shifted greatly. It seems that physical might now has the upper hand on wisdom. It's only a matter of time before they claim wisdom's ring, and then it will be all but over. Where are you going?
The battle has been decided. An agreement was made that once they unified Ardra, they would lend me their military might.
So now you will utilize them in an attempt to take down the Realm Scourge.
You have defeated the leader of the opposing force. The war should be over. Your enemy has surrendered. Why do you not call a ceasefire, now that you have both rings in hand?
Is it not obvious? Until we eliminate all our opposition, we'll never know when they may yet rise up against us.
Even if you annex your enemy's lands, killing all their skilled commanders will not enable you to increase your military might as much as you could.
We've no need for enemy commanders or their ilk, for so long as I have these rings, we are invincible!
Then what became of your pact with me? You agreed that once you unified all of Ardra, you would lend me your military might. Or have you forgotten?
I shall slaughter all who might defy me. Then, and only then, can we say the war is finally over. And if thou hinderest me, well...
You dare turn your swords toward me?
I am the king of Ardra! I shan't be dictated to by the likes of thee!
When the rings are held by separate forces, each side will try to surpass the might of the other, leading to all manner of innovation. But even when one side seizes the other side's ring, they do not call an end to their war. This is due to how powerful those rings are. The king of the unified land will never trust anyone, out of fear that someone will try to steal his precious ring. Not even his allies, or his blood relatives. I wonder how Gilgamesh intends to resolve this problem.
If you renege on your promise to me, then the bloodline of Lycoros will end here and now. You currently have 2 rings in your possession. You will return one of them to me.
Thou presumest that so long as these 2 rings exist, there will be a constant struggle over them?
Return one of the rings. The war is over. You must bring Ardra together as one united force, quickly. For there is a greater enemy you must soon face.
Of what enemy dost thou speak?
It is a foe like none that you have faced before.
Even more powerful than thee, Gilgamesh.
Indeed. I will be waiting. What is it, Amnelis?
Was it really the right course of action to give the people of Ardra 2 rings? I can't help but wonder about this. And then to go and take one of the rings away from them.
How do you judge the results?
It seemed like the right approach for learning of their temperament, but
Go on.
I hate to say it, but this attempt was a failure.
Yes, I already surmised that much.
You knew that already? Then why have we come all this way to Lycaros?
To understand them more intimately.
Okay then. Once you have ascertained all you need to know, then it's time for us to return. I never imagined they would build such a fine castle as this.
It appears to be a result of them possessing a ring.
How so?
The ring bearer receives great power at a cost. For others will attempt to kill them over it.
That is true. A new struggle arises each time someone desires to make the ring's power their own. So this castle was built in order to protect the owner of the ring.
Precisely. Invading other nations with force to increase their dominion is equivalent to sowing the seeds of hate across each land. It is quite ironic that the more influential a leader they become, the less they are able to leave their own castle. Moreover, simply overthrowing an enemy nation does not bring peace and security. They are not satisfied until they kill all who might present a threat of treason. My miscalculation lies in failing to realize just how much distrust the rings would induce in people. The rings do not have the power to cultivate hearts that value harmony. I believe therein lies an issue we need to resolve.
My sentiments exactly. If only there were someone with the ability to win the hearts of people by neither force nor fear. Ah!
Who might you be?
'Twas thou who bequeathed that ring unto my father.
You must be the son of the chief of Lycaros.
That I am. I heard that thou tookest back the ring my father relieved from Horn's leader. Is that true?
What if it were?
Give it to me!
Lycaros already has a ring. So why do you require another?
He attempted to kill me. His own son!
Good heavens.
I respected my father, and put my very life on the line to fight for him. And this is the treatment I received? He no longer trusteth even his own son. Now it's kill or be killed for me. So give me thine other ring. I shall kill mine old man and become king of these lands. Give it to me!
I will not.
Thou deniest me? So be it. I have naught left to lose. I shall take it from thee by force!
What? How can one be so strong? I beg thy forgiveness! I'm too young to die!
Mere moments ago, you said you had nothing to lose.
That was then. This be now.
Is that what sort of man thou hast become?
Father?
Pleading for thy life once thou art bested. To think that such a failure is mine own flesh and blood disgusts me to my core.
Father, I won't defy thee ever again! I promise!
Silence! With that, my preparations are complete.
Preparations, you say?
There is no longer any man left in Ardra who would dare make an attempt on my life. All threats to Lycaros have thus been eliminated. For my son, who was my last remaining concern, has finally met his end. I now have no lingering thoughts about my future.
What madness!
Now then, Lord Gilgamesh. I have unified all of Ardra under me as thou requested. Exactly where is this new enemy thou spoke of? Just point the way, and I can immediately dispatch my great and glorious army to wherever our opponent awaits.
Very well. I shall guide you there.
This is a fool's errand, Gilgamesh.
I am well aware of that. But what if we were to pit this self-declared king's army against the Realm Scourge? It might serve us well to examine the results.
I guess you are right. While they stand no chance of defeating the Realm Scourge, it will at least be interesting to see what they can achieve.
Lo. Who'd have imagined such an expanse of caves existed under Leonis? Thou sayest our foe hideth somewhere down here?
It is just ahead.
What in damnation?
Does the mere sight of it strike you with dread?
Thou sayest this monster is even more powerful than thee?
It is indeed.
So if I defeat this, I shall be equal to the gods!
If that is what you want, I will gladly recognize you as such.
By the by, why does it not move? Has it not noticed our presence yet?
It has, but Amulus's magic keeps it at bay for now. But once it smells the scent of blood, it will grow ferocious and break through its binding by brute force.
At least that'll make it things interesting. It wouldn't be much to brag about for us to slay a beast who offereth us not resistance. All forces, on my command, charge! Show that unholy demon what the men of Ardra are made of!
They are no match for the frenzied Realm Scourge, which is pretty much what we expected.
Tis useless. We'll never be able to beat this thing! Retreat! Everyone, run for your lives!
It's over.
It would appear that way. Why do you take my hand?
This is the only way to ensure your memories, your soul, are kept intact. Let us return to the past.
Are we back at the restoration point?
Yes.
I seem to have indeed kept my memories of the future.
Thanks to your help last time, I was able to find this door.
And what lies beyond said door?
An underground chamber. Come, I'll show you.
What is all this?
This room was originally built as a shelter. I thought it would be a good place to keep the device out of sight from prying eyes.
A wise idea.
Answering your earlier query, the reason why we were able to maintain our memories from the future after returning to the past is this. The person who holds this crystal and anyone who is touching that person when the device is triggered will return to this point in time with their memories intact.
So, anyone else will have no recollection of that future timeline then?
Precisely.
How much magical energy does your crystal have?
Enough. But
I know. I do not intend to misuse the energy we have. What we were missing in our first attempt was the mutual respect and the desire to cooperate among our candidates. The ability to win people's hearts and minds and bring them together as one. We need to find a means to that end, or someone who can make that happen for us.
yes, maybe that person will turn out to be the very bearer of light we are destined to meet.
Then let us hold off in trusting rings to people, and instead, focus our efforts on locating that individual. It might take years, if not decades, for them to appear where we can locate them. We need to build a base of operations somewhere secluded from the general populace of Ardra.
Yes, I suppose we will be here for some time after all.